Black Adam versus Shadow, two powerful anti-heroes that woke up from a deep slumber, and once they woke up, well, they were ready to wreak some havoc. But in a fight against each other, well, who's ultimately going to be coming out on top? Who will win it all? Let's get into it. Teth Adam, better known by legend as Black Adam, is the former champion of the Wizard Shazam in the Council of Wizards. He was bestowed the powers of the Egyptian gods, and with these gifts, freed his people from the former king of Kahndaq and will go on to become the ruler of his homeland. However, he became increasingly more brutal and ruthless along the way, unintentionally releasing the 7 deadly sins, and killed countless millions of people. Due to this, he was imprisoned by Shazam for 5,000 years, until he was released and called upon to save Kahndaq again. Black Adam has the powers of 6 different Egyptian gods: Shu, Horus, Amun, Zehudi, Aton, and Mahin. And while some of those aren't the most useful things for a fight, like the courage of Mahin or the wisdom of Zehudi, we can definitely talk about his strength, his durability, his speed, and his lightning. Black Adam is incredibly strong in this movie, and he's got absolutely no problem with using that strength to kill anybody in his path. Seriously, the guy just has no chill. He'll send you flying miles away without even blinking an eye. He can swing around aircraft or easily rip apart vehicles, clap his hands, create a shockwave, but the most impressive thing he ever did was catch a gigantic statue and lift it up over his head, easily holding it up. And that thing is clearly pretty freaking big. Black Adam is also incredibly tough. He can take explosions, not even flinch, and is completely and totally bulletproof, to the point where bullets just kind of bounce off his face. He was able to take attacks from Hawkman and his nth metal weapons, which, while they do rock him, never draw any blood or put him down. And then while he was put down for a few seconds by a punch from Atom Smasher, the only thing that seemed to consistently hurt him was the magical Eternium energy. And it would leave cuts and burns, but then he would just heal up with his lightning. And then, man, is Black Adam fast. Like, this was one of the things that shocked me the most in the movie. Black Adam is just so fast. He's constantly using his speed, flying around, catching bullets, redirecting rockets. He's even got his own Quicksilver scene where he's able to see the world in slow motion and take down everybody, all while an explosion is frozen in place behind him. And then he's just able to humiliate Hawkman and constantly blitz him, even though Hawkman is able to react to lightning. He's able to outdo Wonder Woman's bullet feat, intercepting a bullet that was fired at a much closer range, and while he was further away too. He traveled from Russia to the Middle East, and from the Middle East to China, all within seconds, even creating a sonic cone while his surroundings just zoom past him like he's Makari or something. But it seems like Black Adam's favorite tactic is just to spam lightning everywhere. Must kind of run in the Shazam family. He's able to fire out bolts of lightning that can completely disintegrate a person. But it's really so much more than that, especially when he gets a bit too angry and his rage starts slipping out of control. Then he just starts unleashing explosions all around him. Like some crazy explosions, some wild Shazam calls. Then finally, in his fight against Sabak, he's able to channel all his lightning concentrated on just the demon rather than losing control, and eventually rips him in half. Goes all Mortal Kombat on him. Shadow the Hedgehog fell to Earth in a meteor, only to be discovered by the government and placed in a top-secret experiment called Project Shadow, led by Professor Gerald Robotnik. While there, Shadow is able to befriend Gerald's granddaughter, Maria. However, the Guardian units of nations believed that Shadow was a threat, so they attacked the laboratory, leading to an explosion that killed Maria and placed Shadow in suspended animation. 50 years later, Shadow woke up and was ready for his revenge. Shadow is capable of harnessing chaos energy. That's where he gets all of his incredible power from. It allows him to generate and control golden electricity. It's the same energy that a lot of the government took from Shadow, using it to run and power their tests and experiments, especially using it to power up the world-shattering Eclipse Cannon. Now, Team Sonic also can manipulate chaos energy, but Shadow is clearly more skilled at using it and manipulating this energy, like when he imbued his motorcycle with chaos energy or grabbed a gun to start blasting. Shadow is a powerful fighter, way stronger than Sonic and stronger than even Knuckles, who can lift up to 100 tons, seeing as how Shadow casually broke Knuckles' wrist. He also managed to punch Super Sonic so hard that Sonic actually fell out of the supersonic form. He knocked the Chaos Emeralds clean out of him. But of course, that also might have been from Shadow being able to manipulate chaos energy to help him do it. It might not have just been straight strength. Shadow is ridiculously fast. He's pretty much a direct equal to Sonic and can easily keep pace with Sonic as they're running around. And a lot of that speed comes from his air shoes, which don't just give him crazy speed, but also allows him to fly and hover skate around. As if that wasn't enough, well, Shadow can also instantly teleport. He's got no problem just completely spamming this ability. Shadow is a fierce and powerful fighter, easily juggling Knuckles around, hitting him multiple times in the air using chaos control. He was also able to easily defeat Team Sonic. This isn't even Shadow at his best. By harnessing the power of the 7 Chaos Emeralds, well, Shadow can transform into Super Shadow. And just like Sonic and Super Sonic, well, Shadow possesses god-like powers in this form, and all of Shadow's powers and abilities get exponentially increased. He's pretty much a direct equal to Super Sonic. Insanely fast, able to launch out world-shattering blows, and is tough enough to be punched straight up to the moon and not even be phased. He's incredibly powerful, one of the most powerful hedgehogs that you'll ever see. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, just like with Superman versus Sonic, well, Shadow is gonna get the Master Emeralds and get access to his Super Shadow form. A lot closer of a fight and a lot more fun to talk about. Now, Black Adam is clearly powerful. Back before the DCEU crashed in around itself, well, Black Adam was meant to be one of the most powerful forces on Earth. Pretty much unstoppable and a direct equal to Superman. On the surface, well, his feats include lifting up that massive statue, moving massively hypersonic and seeing the world in slow motion, and launching out some seriously destructive lightning blasts. But the best thing Black Adam really has going for him is being compared to as an equal to Superman. But of course, if you're gonna play that game for Black Adam, well, then you gotta play that game for Shadow too. His best thing is being an equal to Super Sonic. And it's a lot more clear that they are in fact direct equals because they fought each other as direct equals. And Super Sonic definitely has the most impressive feats out of the bunch. He's seriously powerful. Even just casually stopping this giant robot is an absolutely amazing strength feat. Knuckles is a 100-tonner. This is about as much as he could do against the robot. Sonic casually stopped a full-powered punch with just one hand and couldn't care less. But then we got his showings from Sonic 3 in his fight with Super Shadow, and Sonic was throwing some massive punches in that fight, like punching so hard that the earth was shattering around them. He was launching Shadow literally around the world with his punches, and then culminated with punching Shadow all the way up to the moon with just one hit. So that's two things right there. One, Super Shadow was throwing out these same world-shaking punches, so he's definitely strong enough to injure Black Adam. Secondly, well, Black Adam isn't going to be able to hurt Shadow all that much, considering that he was just fine being punched all around the Earth, then ultimately punched straight up to the moon. Shadow kept on fighting after that. And if Black Adam doesn't have a clear strength advantage, he doesn't have a clear durability advantage, it's also really hard to argue that Black Adam has any kind of speed advantage too. Because yes, Black Adam is stupid fast, and yes, Black Adam has absolutely no problem with just completely abusing this speed and blitzing the crap out of enemies. It's just that the enemy in this case is Shadow, a direct rival to Sonic. And for as fast as Black Adam is, well, Sonic has definitely proven that he's faster, meaning that Shadow is faster too. And again, all this kind of becomes a moot point when you factor in Super Shadow, because it just increases the Hedgehog's power levels so exponentially. It's not like Black Adam has a range advantage either with his lightning, because Shadow has the Chaos Spears. Black Adam isn't necessarily a better or more skilled fighter. Shadow's got no problem abusing his teleportation, which can even catch Sonic off guard. Shadow is just more powerful. Maybe in his base form, Black Adam takes it, but as Super Shadow, well, it's the other way around. Shadow wins.